Hey everybody, and welcome back to Chortle Games. I'm Jake, and with me tonight, Stephen, the Stream King.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi, it's me.
I almost
that ship
said-
has plants on it. That doesn't make any sense. It travels in space. How does it have plants growing on it?
I see it. Yeah, that's like the ship you get for completing the battle pass. So that's that person's been grinding. Oh man, that's intense. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Tonight we're going to be playing a little bit of Destiny 2 ShadowKeep. This is Steven. This is your first time back in Destiny in a while.
This is my first time. Come over here and you can see how I feel about it.
Are you doing the sad emoji or something?
No.
Or are you just, it's just your character just look different? Okay. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, trying to stay positive. I'm going to do yoga on Steven's corpse.
See, I'm actually eager to try it. I just think my anguish is a lot more funny than than my anticipation. So here we are.
And so here we are. But anyway, give me just a second. I'm going to post on social media.
And I'm posting on the cord.
At least you're in rare form. That's what I love about it. It's like Steven's like, I don't know what I'm going to feel about this game, but he's cracking up. So that's a good sign.
Trying to stay positive.
We're trying to stay positive. It's the name of the.
I posted to the Discord. We are live. Kill me. Just tell me if it becomes too much. And I'll stop.
Someone else is gonna have to tell me because it cracks me up. But I want you to like it because I want you to want to come back and play it with me. What's up, Kolav? All right, we're ready to roll
Kolav.
now.
So
Here, would some tea help, Steven?
No.
No, okay.
So I went to a high school football game tonight with Anna because it was to support some of the kids that she does basically social work, and she was going out in support of them. And I know nothing about football. All I know is the SNL skit of Andy Samberg where he's like a Make-A-Wish Foundation kid who they let do commentary, and every single time anything happens he just goes, "That'll move the chains." That's all I know about football. And so whenever anything happened, I would just say to myself, yeah, that moved the chains, all right. That'll move the chains. And then at one point, I leaned over to Anna after a play happened, and I said, see, that didn't move the chains. And then the announcer goes, and the chains have moved. And it was like, wow. The one time I try to tell somebody something about football, the announcer literally goes, "You're wrong."
Yeah, you're wrong down there. What's up, Dylan? So anyway, Steven does not have ShadowKeep, so I'm actually curious about what's about to happen here because I was expecting it to say the person you're with in your fire team can't go to this location yet. But it just took us straight there, so I don't know if we're going to jump into your cutscene immediately or what's going to, or you may just pop in and be here. So the plan is to just run around the moon for a little bit, let Steven see some stuff, check out a Vex invasion happening on the moon. I feel so much more prepared this time than when I streamed. When was that? Was that last Thursday?
It was last Thursday.
Yeah.
A week ago.
Yeah, just about a week ago. Because I have actually really kind of caught up to what's happening in the game at this point. Oh, Steven, I meant to show you the new construction in the tower.
What are they building?
We believe that Ikora is building a portal to the Black Garden.
Why?
She wants to go kick somebody over there. Well, so this is interesting.
In the words of Hawkeye, a portal is a door. That means both ways. Why would you make a portal a door to the Black Garden?
That's just the running theory. So, all right. So you know Eris. I didn't know Eris.
Hey! Inferior.
I feel like what's up, Inferior? I feel like I'm just camming a reunion here. Supposedly this is her dead fire team around her. But I'm not sure.
Wait.
Did the numbers add up there? Yeah.
Around her?
Oh, you don't see the nightmares around her?
No.
Really?
Oh, wow, yeah. I see that on the stream now. Wow, that's weird.
That is interesting. I wonder why that is. Can you
I
get
don't
any
have ShadowKeep.
What? I don't know why that means I'm haunted. Can you pick up any bounties or anything? I'm just curious.
Nope.
I'm honestly curious more than it. You can't pick up bounties from her.
Nope.
Interesting. And I assume you can't see what I'm looking at over here at this little station.
I'm telling you, they basically just made it to where I can't interact with whatever that is.
Yeah. But you can see it.
I can see it, but it's just like a table. So
Okay, so you don't see the thing floating above the table.
no, I don't.
Okay, that's it. That's what I wanted to know.
The way they're doing it now, this is what they did with New Light, and this is what they're doing from this point on, is that they're making it to where free, like the people who did not pay for the expansion can go to the areas, but it's basically a giant billboard. Like, you can go to the moon, great, but you can't do anything there because you don't have the expansion.
That's so interesting. Even the bounties is what really surprises me, but what you're saying makes sense.
Yeah.
So in this case, what I'd like to do is see if we can find a public event right here. We're gonna do a public event, and then after this public event happens, the Vex incursion or invasion will happen, and I want to see if you can do one of those. Let's see. Kolov said a prison in my area did a baseball game for breast cancer charity, and it was about 4 hours long.
Baseball lasts a really long time.
It really, really does. I am also gonna start a patrol. Basically, everything you're getting, you're going to be picking up item-wise right now, Stephen, is going to be leveling you up pretty significantly.
Mm-hmm.
So, and actually, if you have a lot of extra resources...
Oh, no. I wasn't even near it!
I just saw...
Look at this!
I saw like a meteor shower, and I heard you go, oh, no.
Look,
and then I saw your corpse.
Away. Look at how far away I am from the war set.
Oh yeah, that's pretty bad. At first, I was like, I don't know, Steven, that's not that far. But no. Upon further inspection, yeah, I agree.
Bull crap.
Also, just curious, why are you running your hunter today?
My warlock's dead to me.
Really?
Yeah, they nerfed him to oblivion. I can't play him anymore. Support builds are a joke. So I'm playing a hunter support build.
And you're the punchline?
My sadness is the punchline, actually.
Yeah. It's interesting. The current artifact really favors Void and Arc subclasses.
I can understand Void just because of it being Vex.
Oh, Steven, watch
What?
this. Did you see that?
No, I'm too busy doing things.
Oh, wow. Okay, all right.
So, Heart of the Pack, they nerfed it. While buffing it.
We
They
did a
made
buff
it to
and a nerf.
where the stacks stack in effectiveness, but not in duration. So that kind of sucks. That makes it to where my super is not as valuable anymore. Here's one good thing that they've done, though. Stand still.
Yeah?
You've got Heart of the Pack now.
Oh, wow. Wow, I'm translucent. That's nice.
Yep. My my smoke bomb now grants Heart of the Pack.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I mentioned... someone else did that to me in a strike, and I was like, what is happening? Why?
So Heart of the Pack makes it to where all of your stats are temporarily increased.
Gotcha.
Didn't mean to do that. I just used my finisher. How do you activate the finisher?
R3.
That sucks.
It really doesn't take away that much super energy.
Why is my super bar divided into fourths then?
I have no idea. I saw that at first too and thought that's what it was. It's not, or at least if it is that right now, when you get higher level, it's almost not noticeable. I've got all sorts of cool finishers though, so I want you to see mine.
Okay.
I have a drop kick one that I just think is really, really me, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so now there's going to be a Vex invasion. And so what we're looking for, and I'm really curious if you're going to be able to see it, is we're looking for...
I bet I won't be able to see it.
That'd be really interesting.
I can't even open this chest.
You can't open the chest?
You can't open the chests if you don't have ShadowKeep, apparently.
Wow. All right, so what we're looking for is...
I'm telling you, they might as well have not even included it for non-ShadowKeep holders. In fact, it's kind of sleazy that they even did. Because, I just saw Haunting. Maybe I do have ShadowKeep.
I saw a ghost. So what we're looking for now is a big, like, ball of electricity energy. And it might take it a second to actually pop up, but... Can you kill things on the moon, Stephen? That's the real question.
Yes. Not very effectively, but yes.
Well, at least you can kill him.
There's another spookin'. I saw a spookin'. Vex Incursion Gate has opened. Right next to me.
Oh, and right next to you?
God dang it.
Where are you? Oh, there it is.
Guardian down.
Yep. Just got wrecked.
Don't worry, I'm here.
Okay.
So the way these work, basically we have to kill these guys just as fast as we can, and then we have, at least we're not time. Well, we don't have a time limit on screen, but we are timed. And then these Hydra, originally we thought the Hydra were connected to making it heroic and making a final boss appear. But
right.
I've seen videos saying that's been disproven, that it just is kind of random. But basically we'll fight this guy, and then another portal will open. We'll go fight that, and basically fight twice, I think, this guy. And then a fourth boss will show up. That's going to be like a big Hydra. And that'll be... Gotcha. Then we'll get a chest at the end of that you won't be able to open, but at least you can experience it. All right, so just look out for another here, a big bolt of lightning over this way. Have you seen my new outfit yet, by the way, with the horns?
No. I'm sure it's wonderful, though. I'm sure you look lovely.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm just glad I can put it back on now, because originally, when I started, I like got everything organized, and I was like, oh yeah, I look really cool. And then I started leveling, and I couldn't use anything. Whew, wow, your super is really helping in this.
There's another hunter with my super here.
Well, it is very effective.
I do like the change they made to Heart of the Pack, aside from stacks not increasing time, or at least it doesn't seem that way.
So what are you talking about with the time? Did it used to last longer?
So
or
it can
something?
stack up to 3 times. And my understanding, and I could be completely wrong about this, but it felt like with each stack, your time was longer. Or that it like reset or something. Like I don't know. It just felt like.
But now
when
it
I got us to.
now it doesn't stack at all, right? So
now it's just, I think 12 seconds is what it was at 3 stacks, and I think before it was like 27. And I could have just seen things wrong, because I did just see it go higher, but I think the other hunter was just resetting things, so I don't know.
Gotcha.
Oh, can I open this chest? Oh, I was able to open that chest.
Did a chest drop?
There was just a random chest over here.
Oh, I gotcha. These invasions are a really nice way to, like, if you've got to kill a certain type of enemy with like a weapon or something, or use your super to kill a bunch of enemies.
Yep.
This is a really nice way to do it, because it gets almost overwhelming at certain points. Boom.
I need to equip my new arms. There goes Morpheus rig.
Bye.
Nice having you while I did.
Alright, big boss over here. Woo!
I don't even know where you are.
I'm under this giant portal.
I'm here.
So do you feel like you're like really struggling in this fight, or do you feel kind of okay?
I mean, I don't feel like I'm much contributing, but I don't feel like I'm struggling too terribly bad.
That's good. Woo! Kolov a while back said the Linguini man has a plan, and I don't know what that means. Are you the Linguini man?
I don't know.
You are Italian.
I am Italian.
I had some Venezuelan food today, Stephen.
Yeah?
It was very interesting. Basically, they made a corn pancake and put cheese on it. And then you could add meat if you wanted.
We got a chat in that we should probably address. Michael West says, just started playing. Any tips on what I should do to get better gear? Now, did you start playing Destiny in general or Destiny 2 ShadowKeep? That's, I guess either way, that's probably...
Does everyone start at 750 now? Like, even if you just start?
Yes, 750 is the floor now.
So, Mark, right? Is that what you said? Michael. So, Michael, the first thing you basically, until you hit close to 900 power level, literally anything you do is going to help you gain power pretty quickly. So, if this is your literal first time today, no, he just started ShadowKeep. Okay. Basically, run anything you can. I really found that doing the actual Vex incursion missions helped. Doing bounties for like Ikora, so like getting a bunch of Ikora bounties and then coming to the moon and working on Ikora bounties while working on Eris bounties is a really nice way to do it. But I mean, literally anything until you hit close to 900. Once you hit 900, you'll kind of start to see some things appear again. You'll start to see your powerful Ingrams like you did before ShadowKeep started, and basically just start doing those sorts of things again. They've changed a little bit. They're called Pinnacle Ingrams now, and that's just like, you know, the highest power level jump you'll see. But you get that from like doing the Nightfall. I think the Nightfall is one. The Raid is a pinnacle one. But, your normal stuff there, like doing 3 strikes at a certain element, those sort of things. So, Stephen, were you able to open that last chest?
I was.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
I actually look cooler than I did when I started playing tonight.
Well,
that
yeah.
won't last.
You had that really awful cloak a minute ago.
I had the garbage bag, yeah.
Yeah. Do you like my horns, though? You see my little horns?
Yes, you're a very horny man, Jake. Good job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Now, Steven, do you want to stay on the moon, or do you want to do something different, since you're a little no ShadowKeep man?
Little no ShadowKeep man.
I mean, if this is your first time seeing the moon, and you actually knew what it looked like before this, so
it really does feel like they just kind of lifted Destiny 1's moon and put it in here, and then changed a few things, which makes sense. How much is the moon really going to change on the surface?
Right.
But yeah, this does feel very familiar to me.
That's good. That's interesting.
But we should probably leave it up to the people watching. If they would rather see more of the moon, we could walk around, explore a little bit, but we're just going to be very limited as to what we can do. But if they would like to see something else, I'm totally fine with doing something else. Either way, honestly. Because I think I'm at the point where I've decided that, like, if you want me to get it enough, I probably will get ShadowKeep. Because my basis was going to be pretty much on how the Pathfinder plays now, and I am pleased enough with the Pathfinder to where I can make a build out of this.
Gotcha.
But if you are just like, Steven really needs to get this is all I'm going to be playing, and it's either Steven plays this with me or we don't play games, then I'm probably going to have to get it then, aren't I, Jake?
I wouldn't say it as strongly as you just said it, but I will probably be back grinding on this a fair amount.
Right. What would you guys in the chat like to see us do?
There's a chest over here.
Let's see how much super energy this takes. So when the super bar is full, it doesn't take anything, apparently.
I'm telling you, Steven, when you use your super, let it build up a little bit, and then do one and see.
All right.
The trick is going to be getting one weak enough to do it, but not to kill it.
What would you like to do, Jake? What are you feeling?
I am feeling really good about my progress in the game this week so far. I'm really at a point where, like, the only Ingrams worth pursuing for me right now are things that are going to take a full team kind of coordinated and organized. Like we'd have to get you, me, and Austin together, or even Brodie if he's still playing stuff like Nightfalls, that sort of thing. I do have a strike, or my strike weekly powerful Ingram I still haven't completed, which is hilarious considering how many strikes I've actually done over the course of this week.
Right.
But
I'm gonna walk over. They totally removed my ability to track materials in chests. What dicks?
What dicks?
So it's interesting because...
Is that because you're on the moon?
I doubt it. I bet they probably factored that into the buff of the Pathfinder so that it would not basically have a useless perk in in-game activity, which I think is fair.
Right.
Also, are we... Something's up, because it's not taking any of my super energy, but I know it's supposed to.
There's either a glitch, or, I'm telling you, it's minimal. The only time that I've seen, like, a large portion of super go away to a final finisher move or whatever is there's a perk on the artifact that once you apply it, doing finishers will provide heavy ammo upon the kill.
I bet that's what it is.
And that takes up half, but you don't have to apply that.
I bet that what they do is once you change your finisher to actually benefit you, that's probably when it takes super energy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, which right now, like I said, that one just makes it to where it drops heavy ammo, which, whoop-de-doo. But I'm waiting for a finisher that'll heal me. That's when I would apply that. Dylan said GNN, well, I don't know what that means. GNN. Here, hang on, wait, let me do it. Boom!
That is very you.
Isn't it, though? Oh, man. Okay.
All right. Let's go do, like, strikes or something, I guess.
Yep. You know how the cross-save was implemented? I know it was implemented. And it's, I think PlayStation opened it up to everybody now, right?
That sounds right.
I think that's what they have done. Okay. I'm going to take us to do strikes. That should help you power level a little bit.
Friendly Fire Games is playing Killing Floor 2, and they did not invite me.
What
is this?
Bitches.
I introduced them to that game. What is happening?
We haven't played with them in a long time.
We really haven't. We need to bring it back.
We just need to do another raid and bring some of them along.
Or anything else.
Do any of them have Risk of Rain? How many people can we get in Risk of Rain?
I think 4 is the cap, and I'm pretty sure that none of them have it.
What if that will start cross-platform? Cross-platform, wait, cross-save?
Cross-platform
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So that's what I meant. Sorry. I know Sony took the cross-platform stuff that they were doing with Fortnite. That is open up to everybody. They said it's out of beta. So I totally could see us playing against, or even playing with Xbox people at some point. But I don't know that we're going to see that anytime super soon. But Kolov says PS Now makes me happy. How do you like it, Kolov? Do you feel like you get?
It's only.
I mean, well, I know, but I keep looking at it. And I'm just like, I don't know if it's worth it, even at $10, which is just great. But
it's probably worth it to me, just so I can actually play the infamous games before Second Son now.
Oh, Stephen, yeah, you need to play
missed
those.
the PS3 generation, Jake.
You need to play those. And Dylan said that he has a PC now, so you've joined the ranks of Stephen.
Dylan's been on PC longer than I have.
Maybe he meant. Oh, he said he has RDR2 on PC.
Oh,
great game. Yeah, that doesn't matter to you right now. I was going to tell you to run a void class, but you're already running a void class, so it doesn't really matter.
Yep. Gosh, they really did make it where bad juju does nothing. At least that's how it feels, unless if I'm killing a crap load of things in a row. Oh look, I fell to my death.
What is it? You and the other guy both fell to your death.
I wasn't looking when I was shooting. Also, that didn't revive me. You guys just left me here.
Sorry.
Hey, Hayes.
What up, Hayes?
I fell again.
Steven.
It's because I'm a hunter, and I've been playing Warlock this whole time. I'm used to being floaty, and I'm not floaty. I'm just.
Oh, jeez, you almost made me walk off
bouncy.
now. It was just funny because as you ran around that corner, our other guy fell, and I was like, "Come on, guy!" And then you go, "Oh man, I just fell." I was like, "What is happening?"
Chortle Games says, "Steven, are you sad or something?" Well, I'm playing Destiny 2.
What cracks me up is you and Brodie were so excited to introduce me to this game, and then it now that I have just like fallen in love and I'm obsessed with it, which I know a lot has changed, and that's why. But man,
that should tell you everything. And I know I just avoided that barely.
That was an amazing. I got a great shot of that. Woo!
Honestly, I think I'm bummed because I know that I'm frustrated with the state of the game right now, but I know I'm going to eventually buy it just because I value playing games with Jake and streaming this more than I am annoyed by it. But it's close. It's a
real fine line.
It is a very fine line.
I want to punch something. I'm too powerful. Oh my gosh, Stephen, where are you?
What?
I have to show you this.
I'm doing the strike, Jake.
No. Come. You're doing it wrong. Hang on.
No, I'm not. I already won.
Stand by. Have you gotten past it?
Yeah, I'm already waiting for you guys.
Okay, did you do the new trick? People watching on
what
stream.
New trick?
Look at what I'm doing on stream. I saw someone do this the other day, and I felt like the biggest idiot. I mean, the biggest idiot. You can just run across the tracks and not get shot at, not get hurt.
Okay, I still just did it our way and got here.
Well, you know what, Steven? This way ensures safety.
Hayes, you would have a year with the PS4 before they would release a PS5.
I'd wait.
Initially, I would say yes. Have they confirmed backwards compatibility, or is it just a rumor?
Yes.
They confirmed it?
Well, I don't know if they've confirmed it or not.
So there are some really good games on this generation that you need to play, like Spider-Man.
And God of War.
And God of War, absolutely. So, like, I'm dead.
And that's just
my God.
That shouldn't have killed me.
That's just the end of the life cycle, too. There's all sorts of stuff that I don't even remember anymore that I've played.
Yeah, it's been a really good generation. So, like, you definitely need to play a lot of these games, but if backwards compatibility is a thing, you can just come play them later.
I am pretty sure that it is a thing, but I could be wrong. I could really be wrong. Is that you that just died? No, okay.
No.
I'm not as worried.
Having faith in me, though.
Well, no. I'm not as worried about reviving the other guy as I am reviving you. But I'm gonna die for this guy. Yep, I died. Kolov says get a used slim PS4, and that's not a bad idea at all.
That's a pretty good idea.
I wouldn't get anything that's expensive. Kolov says he got his for $110. That is a great deal.
That is a really good deal.
Why is our progress, there we go. I was about to say, like, why is our progress stunted here? Oh, frickety frack, I forgot. I'm void class right now.
Wow. His health went down super quick, almost as if supers aren't what are melting bosses. Huh. I am shocked.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
Hypocrisy.
Bungie nerfed the wrong thing.
Oh man, Brodie said to wait till Black Friday too. That's also a good idea. If you're gonna get one, get it on Black Friday. Get a slim. we're probably going to talk about this on the podcast, Stephen. But what did you think of the how they announced the PS5?
I don't know. I didn't even. I just saw the articles.
That's it. That's all they did.
Dumb.
Yeah. I mean,
Sony they've been acting really weird.
Yeah.
Because like it almost feels like Microsoft came to their office and was like, "Look, we need you to just not try for the next year and a half
to let us catch up.
Competition's good, right?" And PlayStation was just like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah. Well,
and here we are, because like they just have been so weird.
Yeah. I am not like upset about it, but I completely agree with you. It's very strange. But at the same time, if they had done a video or spent 30 minutes on a state of play telling us, "Hey, PS5 is coming. It's called the PS5, and yeah, we'll have more games to show you later," then I think more people would have been upset than anything, or maybe not upset, but like we would have looked at that and been like, "Oh, yeah, okay, that's normal." This was a different way to announce it, for sure. But like, I'm not upset because, like, if they,
I'm not upset. It's just kind of,
I don't know how to explain it. Like, if once they show games, I think that's what most people are going to really care about. And so, yeah, sure, we all know the console's coming. Great, thanks for the announcement. Come back to us when you got games to talk about. And I don't know when they're going to do that.
Come over here.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm invisible.
So that's a
now.
fun trick. If I get the heart of the pack stacked and then use my smoke bomb, I can reset the ×3 to a full 20 seconds.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, Kolov also mentioned wait for a sale at GameStop since they're closing everything.
Are they actually closing everything though?
I don't know if they're closing everything yet, but you know, I know some stores have been closing down.
Oh, they're doing a pretty big closing nationwide, but the company is not.
They're not giving up yet. Yeah. Oh, hello. I really need to go check on our GameStop here in my town because we're pretty small.
And you need to buy Divinity Original Sin 2 before it stops being on sale for $20.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Felt like I was doing so good before I started streaming. Now I'm just a potato.
You face final round. A mighty cabal challenge.
Wow, did you see that? See that? Over half of his health was taken out by a gun? What?
I'm not even using a gun, Steven. I'm just using a bow and arrow.
Stand proud. You survived prison.
Also, I saw Joker last night.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting movie.
I already know everything that happens in it, and I'm sorry, and I know that everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, typical of Steven to say this." It sounded really dumb. The execution, though, sure was phenomenal.
Yeah,
as far as like Joaquin Phoenix, and like I'm sure he was great, but it sounded really dumb.
So you know, like the
twist and
yeah, of who's his father.
Yep.
Which is still questionable.
When I heard that, I was just like, "Oh no!"
Really? See, I when that happened in the movie, I didn't know anything about it, and I was like, interesting. So I liked that part, and I liked kind of the Batman origin that happens at the end, but I don't know.
So,
All in all, I just don't like that. Why do we need a movie about him?
yeah,
is my thing.
And that's my thing. Like, all in all, it sounded like, because I watched Matt Pat's film theory, and that's been my entire impression of the movie. And he brought up a good point about how, in his theory, he was basically saying that the movie was true to the character of Joker because it was chaos.
Right. Oh yeah,
Like,
it was.
The way everything happened was by complete accident. There was no sense to it. It was just chaos, and it was like, okay, yeah, that's the Joker, but still, like, it shouldn't have existed.
Kolov, do you have a Nintendo Switch already? Because if you don't have one, period, I would say yes, get a Switch Lite. I have a Switch, and I'm really fighting the urge to get a Nintendo Switch Lite.
Jake buys everything that Nintendo sends, though.
I really do, and it's a problem, and I'm trying to be better about that, but...
I mean, there are worse companies to be a fanboy of.
Yeah, this is true.
You could be a Ubisoft fanboy right now, and that'd be a problem.
I was about to say, is Ubisoft under fire right now?
They're not under fire. They just kind of suck right now.
Oh, yeah. Watch Dogs 2, baby. It's going to happen. It's all going to change.
Watch Dogs Legion.
That's what I
2
said.
was already out.
You heard me wrong.
All right.
Ooh, what is this?
Not gonna lie, I'm really enjoying using Shadow Shot again.
Oh, good, good. He said, "No, I really want Breath of the Wild." Look, man. If you don't have one, I'd say yes. Get a Switch Lite, especially if you're not worried about.
How are you gonna play it most of the time? Do you think you would play it handheld most of the time if you got just a Switch in general, or do you think you would want to plug it into the TV because it might be worth having the option?
Yeah, and
especially for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Like, it does look better on a big screen than it does
it's
on the smaller
to
screen.
Play in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. Well, like the Pro Controller is great. Which, oh man, I'm ready to buy this. This adapter, and I am blanking on the name now. But it's like a holder for your Switch that you mount onto the Pro Controller. So you can play handheld mode using the Pro Controller.
Yeah, I saw that.
You've probably seen something that does that. I really want to get one of those. But anyway, yeah. But if it's something you know you don't want to get the full Switch, then and Switch Lite is great. Like I said, I still want a Switch Lite, and I don't need it. Oh
so
wow!
Ubisoft was good for a while. And then Assassin's Creed Origins came out. And then they just tanked in quality with their games. Because they got idea where they were like, hey, let's slowly and then quickly make every single game the exact same game.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of people liked Origins.
Well, I'm not saying Origins was a bad game. I never played it. But
and
Origins
Odyssey too. I hear nothing but good things about Odyssey.
Oh yeah, people seem to love Odyssey, but Origins felt like the moment that they were like, all of our games are going to look like this game from now on. And Ubisoft has always been like that a little bit, where Assassin's Creed dictated the future of every Ubisoft title. You like Far Cry, the Tom Clancy games to an extent, Watch Dogs. Like, they were all heavily influenced by Assassin's Creed.
Right.
But that was in ways where it was like viewpoint area synchronization, the open world style. It was in smaller ways.
Right.
But now, Like, Ghost Recon has a loot system. And it feels wrong. And don't get me wrong, I've really enjoyed what I've played at Breakpoint, especially with another player. It's been fun, but the loot system feels forced, and it just feels very corporate. And I don't know, it sucks. Because we're probably going to get a loot system in Watch Dogs Legion, and it's probably going to be very microtransaction heavy.
Yeah, I'm really curious about Legion.
I'm still going to get it. I'm probably going to get it on PC if I'm honest.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Do we know if there's multiplayer on that? Can we play together in that?
I would be very surprised if there was.
Because there was in Watch Dogs 2. You could join up with folks.
They may add some later on. But what I might do... See, I don't know. You know, Ubisoft's got Uplay Plus.
Right.
$15 a month to play any Ubisoft title.
Right.
On PC.
Right.
I'm probably just going to get a subscription to that.
And play it through.
And play Watch Dogs for like a month or two. And then I'll have spent still half of what I would have had to just buy it outright.
Right.
And if I really like it, I might start over on PlayStation. Who knows?
It's not a bad idea.
But Ubisoft used to be my favorite third party.
Ooh.
I loved Far Cry. I loved all the Tom Clancy games. I loved Assassin's Creed. They just had so many good IPs. And then they just started tanking all of them. Far Cry 5 felt like it had strong gameplay, but the story had no soul, and it was designed to be played multiple times because the game wasn't finished. Then Far Cry New Dawn was terrible. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was fun to play, but, like, again, it didn't feel like a Far Cry game. And that's kind of the problem with Ubisoft these days, is that you play all their games and you're just like, yeah, I'm having fun, but this doesn't feel like the game that it should feel like.
Sorry, Kolov said, I'm John Wick, and it made me laugh.
I was playing Blood and Truth earlier with my friend Joey, who was he was in the military and he's home now. But he I went and saw the first John Wick with him back in the day when it came out in theaters. So it's funny that you say that. I was playing Blood and Truth, and I was shooting things, killing things. And he was just like, "Wow, it's like John Wick," and I was like, "Actually, yeah." I move a lot like John Wick in that game when I play it. I don't know if it's intentional or not. If I think I look cool or whatever, I don't know. But I very much do the hunched over gun retention stance where you've got it kind of sideways.
Right.
Which, a very interesting video on YouTube to check out is there's an actual like SWAT officer watching John Wick and talking about how like everything he does, not everything, but like most of what he does is very grounded in realism.
I mean, he actually like shoots, like, I don't know if this sounds stupid, but like he actually shoots guns. Like,
yeah, Keanu's a beast.
Yeah, he's actually really, really good.
Yeah, he trained.
I wanted to kick it.
But like the whole thing with how he holds his gun, though, this was one of the things that he talked about the most, because in the movies, John Wick, when he's in like a close quarters fight scene,
boom,
he holds the gun kind of sideways and close to his chest, and he aims down like the side of the barrel. Doesn't even really use any sight. And the guy was talking about how that's actually a totally like justified way of doing it, because that's called gun retention. Because if you got it close to your chest and someone comes up and tries to engage in CQC with you, if your arm is stretched out,
close quarters combat.
Yes, close quarters combat. If your arm is stretched out, someone can get the gun from you easily. But if it's close to your chest, then you can turn it back on them much easier. So it's basically a means of being prepared for CQC while using a handgun. And that's just one of the things that I love about John Wick, is that when you watch him move, you totally feel like
he's really
someone who has killed a lot of people did these stunts. Like,
What is Keanu Reeves hiding? I feel like there was a topic I was going to bring up when you started talking about John Wick.
Have you still not seen any of them?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, Jake, we gotta watch them. They're so good.
I want to. I would totally be down.
Question, like legitimate question, should we do like record a podcast
where we watch a movie?
Us, like a let's watch John Wick kind of thing, and just record it while we're watching it so that people can watch it with us? Because I know people have done that.
I know, kind of funny who I watch and try to emulate a little bit. They do a thing called In Review, and basically it's almost like a book club, but movie club, obviously.
Yeah.
Where they do stuff and then they record the podcast after. But I think it could be interesting.
That's honestly the kind of movie, especially 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the kinds of movies where I would want to see your reaction at some of the kills.
I know. I'm thinking about any legalities about that. I don't think, as long as we didn't show any of the movie and didn't play any of the audio, and none of the audio, basically record our own commentary is what you want to do, and just let people start it with us.
That's something that I've seen done. Soundtrack Show, the guy that Anna and I listened to, he did a audio commentary where he watched A New Hope and talked. Basically, it was like you press play as soon as the movie's basically it syncs up his commentary with the movie. So when you hear a music cue, he's like, this is this. So maybe something like that. I know Nostalgia Critic, Channel Awesome, they do a bit where with some of their movies they do first viewing where it's them watching it and they like splice in clips occasionally of like their reaction to stuff.
Right.
So that's where legality might be an issue, but if you use it the right way, it would still fall under fair use. I think we haven't really done much movie stuff on the channel.
I think that could be really fun. Something we'll have to... If that's something that you're interested in, anybody in the chat, leave us a comment. But also, if you're in the Discord, put it on the Discord.
Put it on the cord.
Yeah, why were you calling it the cord today?
Because you got the twits and the tube, and
that's the cord.
And the cord
that holds it all together. I mean, I can't argue with that logic. So
you can't. I won't let you. I'll fight you for it.
So, Stephen, also just a heads up on finishers. Finishers can really close the distance between you and an enemy.
Yeah.
If you're close and you see that they're able to be finished, just try hitting it, and it'll usually almost teleport you over there. I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's intended, but it's great.
Probably intended. It's like a commando lunge from Call of Duty or something.
Yeah.
Oh, Koloff didn't like the cord.
I try to rein him in, Koloff.
Oh, the god dang it. I just messed that up really bad.
Oh, the god dang it. Oh, the god dang it.
Pass here. I'm open. Put me in the game, coach.
Where you at?
Pass it. I'm behind you. I'm behind you.
Behind me.
Behind you.
You miss.
On my screen, it looked like you lobbed it like halfway. Let's see if it makes it. Boom!
Oh, nice.
From downtown.
From downtown. That's really going to move the chains, folks.
That'll move the chains. Nothing but in the bottom of the net.
Steven, have you watched Demon Slayer yet?
Nope.
Oh man, Steven.
I'm gonna ask a question that is not meant to be like condescending. It's like legitimate inquiry. What's the big deal?
I just want to say that that's my favorite thing you do, is when you say something like, "This is gonna sound really condescending,"
Yeah.
but
I'm aware of how I come off sometimes. I just want to make sure that there is like a clear line of communication. And when I ask, "What's the big deal?" that's me literally saying like, "Try to sell this to me right now," because I don't get it.
What is your favorite thing about My Hero Academia, Steven?
The characters and the pacing.
Okay, you would love this.
Okay, now you told me I would love Dragon Prince.
I think
We're gonna have a discussion about that sometime soon.
I have a put some balls in yellow blocking. What? I think I'm starting to figure out like what type of characters you like to see.
Okay.
And I think you would. How did I become the last Guardian standing?
Now I'm curious by that. Once we're not fighting for our lives, I want to hear what kind of characters you think I want to see.
I don't really know how to explain it. Wow, did I get you?
Yep.
Wow.
Be invisible. Oh, I missed you. Okay.
I think you just look for really relatable, well-written characters, and
Yes.
that is 100% what this show is. And not even just the main characters, but like every bad guy, even like nonchalant, like non-important, or you think non-important, like demons that are in one episode, they'll spend the next episode explaining to you what that person went through in their life, and then they'll move on. I think you really would enjoy it.
Okay. So that's a big thing for me, is like I need to have that kind of, that's the third edge transit I've gotten since we started playing Strikes. How did they F this up again to where they brought back the edge transit curse?
I'm just getting blues, and I'm like not even paying attention to what they are.
But I really like when there's a good supporting cast.
The supporting cast is great. It takes a little bit to get there. Like there are two main supporting characters, Inosuke, and I am really blanking on the electricity guy's name. It's like Zensetsu.
Zetsu.
For a second, I thought you knew it, and I was going to be like, oh! But no, never mind.
That's Tetsu from My Hero Academia.
Kolov, Steven, how long have we known each other? A long time.
Let's see. My first memory of you, goodness. I've known Jake since probably the 6th grade, probably earlier than that. But like I was gonna say my first memory, but then I realized that was somebody else. It was the Easter program at church. And I walked into Greg's office, and Brodie was being shown RuneScape by somebody, and I thought for a second that it was you, and then I realized, that wasn't Jake. But man, those were the days, RuneScape.
Oh, RuneScape. You know that thing's still going.
Yeah.
Steven, you know it's a great idea. We should do a RuneScape Let's Play.
Screw you. Miles put you up to this. I'm not gonna.
He really didn't, but this is genuinely me right now. But
So, I need to tell you sometime about the war that I got in on RuneScape. I fought an actual war.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, and I didn't start it, but I definitely finished it.
Do you ever walk into a war and finish it?
So, like, basically, it all started when we had this non-member clan.
I think we all know a guy named Greg. You know what I mean, Kolov? We all know a guy named Greg. Sorry,
Everyone
Steven.
has at least one Greg in their life. I happen to have 2 or 3 of them.
I actually have a couple too. Now that I think about it. Sorry, all right, I didn't mean to completely interrupt your story, but
That's the question that needs to be answered on ChortleCast on Monday. How many Gregs are you blessed with?
thank the Greg in your life today.
But so we had a non-member clan, which we were all we weren't paying to play the game, and we were just hanging out in the desert where our clan hall was, and by that I mean we went there and said it was our clan hall because there was no ownership of anything. And then this dude named Grimshade came up and started harassing everybody. And so I was like, hey, man, you need to back off. Because I was a child.
Hey, man, leave us alone.
I was like 12. And I'm going to be honest. I was a pretty snarky, sarcastic, witty 12-year-old. So
what do you mean you were?
I'm not 12 anymore, Jake.
Well, there you go. That's the only difference that I'm hearing.
So I probably told this guy off. And I probably threatened him. And what resulted was a rivalry that we didn't know we'd gotten ourselves into until I was in the wilderness one day and was being, hunted.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So then that resulted in, it went to the top, let me tell you. It ended up being a conspiracy of unfair ownership of different servers. Basically, people were
taking over servers,
taking over hotspots on servers where the best material could be harvested and everything. Basically, taking it from the people. Clans were marking them, being "This is our world. So if you try going to this area in the wilderness, where you can find mithril or adamantium,
right,
you will be killed because it's our territory." So it was basically I ended up being part of a revolution to give the worlds back to the people. And I ended up leading one of the 3 main armies. I was the smallest of the 3 on my side, but we were a scrappy few. Yeah.
Do you see this other guy? Do you see what he's doing?
Yep. I'm joining him. Having a nice sit.
I'm gonna put some tea on. Steven, you want
No. Kolov, I didn't start the war. My actions got me swept up in the war. The war was going on when I made the snarky remarks. This dude just made the mistake of getting me involved.
He made the mistake of getting
and I
involved.
totally cheated to win the war. It was great.
How did you cheat?
So basically, I had this dude that I had managed to recruit who legit thought he was a samurai.
In real life, he thought he was a samurai?
This dude, I met some weird people, Jake. This is why I don't role play on video games anymore. I got my...
You got your fill of that when you were 12?
I got my fill from RuneScape when I was 12 and 13. This dude, there's a place in the world, and a lot of this, memory's hazy.
Place in the world.
So I might be remembering some of this wrongly. So don't fact check me. Don't be like, oh, Stephen, well, actually, that's impossible. Because it's weird. This was a long thing, and I'm probably misremembering some. So if I'm wrong, oh well, let me be wrong. Just let me believe that I'm right. So, this dude, there was this place in the world where you could take over the basically take ownership of a village and do farming and stuff like that. This dude lived there in the game and had a group of people with him, and they were interacting with these NPCs it was their people, and they were protecting the village. Yeah, it was weird. But I went to recruit him, And I proved myself a samurai also. So for the rest of that character's life, he had a ponytail, like a top knot, like a samurai ponytail. I earned the right to have that hairstyle according to this samurai guy. So
What?
yeah, it was weird. So also,
Stephen, what are the odds? Do you think we could find this man?
no, it has been 17 years. Pretty well, no, it's been like 15 to.
But Stephen, what if we did? What if we found that guy?
Honestly, I don't like. There are 200 servers on RuneScape. Then you have to factor in RuneScape Classic, Original RuneScape, and Current RuneScape. Also, this guy probably actually, if we're being honest, it was probably a 10-year-old.
Uh-huh.
And, he probably, went to college and became successful and
moved on.
But
what if he didn't? What if he's still a samurai in that village?
I don't know, Jake. I don't know.
I want that. That's the story I want to go with. So I'm going to go with that story. That guy is still sitting back there.
He is not the craziest person in the war. So for a while, because I was a member before the war started, and then I became a member again after the war started. During my first run as a RuneScape member, which is where you would pay $5 a month for access to the 75% of the game that the non-members didn't have.
Right.
When I was a member, I was a part of an assassin clan. And by that, we would get paid by people that had a grudge on other people to kill those people. And the only place you could kill people was in the wilderness. But in RuneScape, if you die, they may have changed it, but originally, if you died anywhere, the all but your 3 most valuable items in your inventory at that time were dropped.
Yeah.
And so people in the wilderness were hunting other people. So the whole point of the Assassin Guild was we took contracts, and we had people of all different levels, because in the wilderness you couldn't attack or be attacked by anyone
outside of your level,
outside of a range of a certain level. But the deeper you got in the wilderness, the larger that gap became. So if I'm a level 57 in a level 17 wilderness, I can attack level 40s and above. I think that's how it worked. So we had people who kept alt characters at a certain threshold so they could continue to take contracts.
Right.
And so when we would take a contract, we would enlist the help of other within the clan so that we could kind of set the stage. My favorite thing was I would go to just outside, because I only took contracts that were at a very low, like 1 to 2 levels away from me.
Right.
And this is all through the player economy, no joke.
That's what cracks me up is
how
that just, to me, and I'm sure it exists somewhere, but I just can't imagine a world where that's how a game
was
works.
Crazy at its peak, man. There was a lot of stuff on the honor system, which I'll get there. The honor system was big with certain people in RuneScape, because that's how we actually were able to end the war. Mm-hmm. But it was, a war amongst 12-year-olds, so. But okay, so my favorite play, basically, to do for killings was I would be chopping wood or something at the entrance to the wilderness, because there was a certain patch of oak trees or something that I would go for, and the person who I had marked, and by that I mean I literally would have somebody tracking him.
Yeah.
Following him, another player following him. They would follow him and basically tell me, try to lure him into the wilderness. And my favorite thing to do would be, on the wilderness, just talk to the person as they're on the edge, and just be like, hey, a friend of mine told me that you were looking for the sear coal bow. Is that right? They said you were in Varrock, like you were asking at the banks, because people would go to banks and be like, "Hey, I'm looking for this price."
Right.
And so I'd be like, "Hey, I think I recognize your name. I think I saw you asking for this sword earlier, but I think I missed you." And they, of course, would be hesitant, like, "Why don't you come over here to the non-wilderness to trade me?" And I would, of course, be like, "Man, I'm just trying to not lose my spot. You know, I'm a Fletcher by trade, trying to make sure I can get all this oak wood that I need to craft these bows." and if they fell for it, I would have a mage, because I was an archer. And of course that just means that I trained my archery the most. I would have a mage off-site, so that when the trade initiated, they would run up and cast a binding spell. And then I would have 3 other people come up, and we would just kill him. I did that to like 6 different people. It was the best. So the leader of this assassin guild, and I've got stories. I've got so many stories. Let me tell you.
This is hilarious.
I'm surprised I've never told you any of this. This is like one of my claims to fame.
I forget. You were telling me one story that you led like an army in some other game. It wasn't RuneScape though.
That was Guild Wars.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
But the leader of the assassin clan. This is how legit this guy was, and by that I mean this is how cool this 9-year-old was.
This is how cool this 9-year-old thought he was.
Let me tell you how cool this 9-year-old was. Let me tell you the coolest 9-year-old I've ever met, Jake. His name, like his actual account, was known by 5 people. I was one of the 5. His code name, like people referred to him on the street as Phoenix.
I'm just thinking of this 9-year-old.
This 9-year-old went on the street by Phoenix. And the reason he stayed anonymous outside of those select few was because he operated like covertly. No one knew who he was. To everyone, he just looked like another high level. But he ran this huge empire of assassins that were operating purely on the player economy that no one really knew about or talked about except for the rest of the underground. This is RuneScape, that game where you click things and you do the dancing and you know, like,
you're supposed to have fun in RuneScape.
So
when you say like he ran it, like did he give out contracts for you guys, or like what? He
basically, it was a pyramid. It was a total pyramid, where he was at the top, and he had people that reported to him that he would pay.
Wow.
With, like, of course, in-game gold. Like, he was loaded. So the people that reported to him would like, he had spies on basically every single server. Not every single server, just probably like 50 plus, maybe. And they would tell him, like, hey, here's what's going on World 21. World 21 was my main world, I think, for a while. So Phoenix, I was one of, like, I think 5, I think that's right, that knew who he was. And I don't remember his account name. I don't remember it at all. And I hate that I don't remember it. Gosh, did not think that this is where tonight's stream would go.
I'm so glad it is, though.
So, when I started, it legitimately felt like The Expendables, you know, like, or some kind of cheesy movie where the character's like, I've got to go build my team, and they go and they, you know, find everybody, because I had that weirdo samurai guy, I went to talk to Phoenix first, because Phoenix was the one that told me about weirdo samurai guy, because he knew everyone. And so when I went to talk to him, I was just like, hey, you heard about this crazy stuff going on in, like, World 125? And he was like, of course I know about what's going on, and you're here to ask me about joining your ranks. And it was just like,
I'm trying to remember that this is a 9-year-old talking to you.
I don't even know how old he was, but you know he was probably 9 years old. So that whole conversation ends with him being like, yeah, I'm totally down, because the market's not as profitable when any one conglomerate is running any world.
Right.
Like, he benefits from chaos. So so he's just like, but before we go anywhere, there's actually a meeting happening for one of the enemy factions. And I was just like, what enemy faction? And I don't remember what they were called. He was just like, oh, this one. Oh, you don't know about them yet? Okay, well, you're about to learn about them. Let's go crash their meeting. So we went over to this group's meeting, and
It's
no
like
joke,
you lived another life, Stephen.
I've done some crazy stuff, Jake. I've lived quite the online life. I've made a name for myself when it comes to certain games and certain things. And we went to this meeting, and these people were stupid. And this was one of the great things about playing RuneScape and getting in a war with other teenagers, like pre-teenagers, was that if you were just even like remotely smart as a teenager, you were already so much smarter than any of the other people you were going up against. Because these people held their meeting, like their interest meeting to join their group, in the wilderness, in player killing turf.
Why?
Because they're stupid. I don't know why they did it. And Phoenix even told me that. He was just like, these guys are dumb. They're literally in player killing turf hosting a meeting. It may have been like a show of power.
Right.
Like, here we are making a stand here. Join us. Basically kind of showing, hey, we're a movement.
Right.
Maybe that's why they were doing it. But we went to the meeting, and there were a ton of people there. Like, there were enough people to where you couldn't really see, like, any one person. You just saw names. And so after we heard enough, like, after we kind of got the information we were there for, Phoenix just messages me. He's just like, I'm good with this, are you? And I was just like, yeah, that we can leave. And he was just like, all right, get ready to run. And I just see this one person's health just like hit a 19 and then a 7 poison. And then Phoenix's character just yells something like, whoa, stop attacking me! And then he like starts tagging other people as he's like leaving the room with a poison dagger, and he just causes absolute chaos where everyone just starts fighting everybody because they don't know who struck first. So Phoenix gets like 50 people to kill each other. Oh man. So the way I won the war.
I was gonna say, I can't believe I've never heard any of these stories.
Man, I've got so many
so
stories.
funny.
I lived another life, man. So the way I won the war, we had the entire wilderness for one day. It was an event. The wilderness in one of these worlds, we had made an agreement. Final battle, winner of the battle wins the war, basically.
Right.
And then the win conditions of the winning party go into effect. Ours was that I can't remember if we were like, you need to stop this entirely, or if we were just like, take your business to one world and leave everywhere else alone. You can have one. That may have been it. And theirs was just like, piss off. That was basically their win condition. So
Koloff said that his brother used to play RuneScape, and that he thought he said he knew somebody named Phoenix, but it might be somebody different.
Was it in like 2007, 2008? Because his account didn't have the word Phoenix in it. Because that'd be dumb.
He was just known as Phoenix.
That was his street name. People who knew about the Assassin's Clan knew about Phoenix, but his name had nothing to do with Phoenix.
Right.
So the win conditions were basically enemy commander dying means you lose. And so their enemy commander was legit. He was a tough customer. He was like, oh, thank you. He was max stat in like strength, defense, and attack, like 99 on everything. So he was tough. Our commander was also really good. He had more of a balance going. Like he had high everything, including like magic, archery, prayer, stuff like that. So basically, both of our sides, their enemy, our commanders stayed back.
Our guy was holding the defense. He wasn't staying out of the fight because he was too valuable to stay out of the fight. And we had another guy, one of our other three groups. He was kind of the militia, where he had the largest numbers, but it was less organized. And I had the smallest numbers, but I was super organized. Like, whenever I recruited anybody, I put them through a test. Like, I would take them to the wilderness, and I would make them learn everything about the wilderness. Like, I even had them, like, learn spawn rates. So that they could use that to their advantage, to where I could be like, a lesser demon spawns here. It has a spawn rate of once every 30 seconds. If you don't see one here, you have a window of 29 seconds to trick your opponent into getting caught by a lesser demon. Like, I would totally do stuff like that. So, let me do some inventory management. So, before the battle, I had managed, because of Phoenix, I was basically able to get any information I wanted. I was able to find out where their base was located. And I had a hunch. It was purely a hunch. But I was just like, I said to the samurai guy, the absolute whack job that thought he was a samurai. I was like,
what was his goal with this? Like, was he just like, yes, I will come with you to help protect my village?
No joke. Not quoting him here, but he thought that they were being dishonorable and wanted to put a stop to it.
God love this guy.
He was great. Like, he was always in character. Like, Phoenix sometimes would just be like, you ever think about the fact that, like, this is a video game? Phoenix had a great sense of humor. But this dude was just like, he must, like, he may have been like a 40-year-old man that worked a really stressful job and just needed to unwind with his samurai life. This was his second life.
By the way, Stephen, come to Zavala and just get as many like tokens from him as you can, or like put stuff in with reputation or whatever, and because any of those items are just going to be slowly building in level.
Yep.
Sorry, continue your story.
So I told the samurai guy, and this was a really hard sell. Because honor.
Right.
But I told him, take your account and log out inside the enemy base. You'll know when to log back in. And my justification for this, he was just like, that doesn't sound very honorable, Rumiel. My name was Rumiel. And it was just like, honorable or not, this needs to end. Like, basically it was just like, what do you want more? To have the moral high ground or to win? And I convinced him to do it. And so as we were battling, Phoenix was always at my right hand. I did not let him leave. Because he was more of a physical combatant than I was. Like, he had slightly lower strength than attack. Attack was basically hit chance. Strength was hit damage. Defense was mitigation. He never missed, and he used poison weapons a lot. It was great because, like, Samurai Guy and Phoenix were literally the opposites, because Phoenix would just do whatever. And Samurai Guy, no joke, he would go into battle with like wizard robes and carry nothing but like really low armor, like obviously wearing wizard robes, bad idea. Because that, increases your resistance to magic and to and offense to magic, but he didn't really use magic.
Right.
He just did it for the look, I guess. So Sorry, I was looking at the chat. Oh, gosh, main ingredient again. So I told him to log out, and Phoenix and I were advancing with our small group, and eventually we made it to the enemy base. It was a small castle, and I got the took offense twice. And Phoenix and I were there fighting the enemy commander by ourselves. Mm-hmm. And we were losing because we had been fighting our way for a while. Mm-hmm. And this dude was fresh. And so I sent a message to one of my guys, and I said, send up the chain now. Mm-hmm. That person sent a message to another person, who sent that message to another person, and that eventually reached a person that knew Samurai Guy personally.
Nice.
Called him up and said, log in. And so Samurai Guy appears out of nowhere, wearing his robes, holding his dragon longsword, fresh for the fight, and just smokes the guy. Because I wanted to wait just long enough to where he thought he had us on the ropes.
Right.
So he would use more of his special stuff early on. Mm-hmm. That way when we were about a little bit below half health, he was kind of exhausted. So that a person coming in fresh, basically, he wouldn't stand a chance.
Hey, follow me while you talk.
Okay. I'm following. And that's exactly what happened. We won the war because I totally cheated. But no one said anything of it because he ran into the room from another room, so they never knew that he actually logged in there.
Just popped in, yeah.
He just popped in.
That is amazing.
Yep.
Video games, man.
I've got so many stories.
One really slow week on the podcast, we might just have to have you Tales from RuneScape.
Recount my glory days.
So come check this out. Isn't this interesting?
I swear, if she's making a portal to the Black Garden.
That's the current theory.
That's the stupidest idea anyone could have ever.
Well, yeah. I don't disagree with you. I don't know why. Well, obviously we're fighting the Vex right now, and that's all happening. But I don't know why her plan is to build a gate here, and
exactly
not use it somewhere else.
You don't build a doorway to one of the most dangerous places in your home.
I'm really curious how it's gonna because what if could we possibly be fighting people in the tower eventually? That would be really cool. Even if it was just a one. Well, I know, but I mean like imagine right now Vex just started popping up and suddenly we could use our weapons. That would be kind of interesting.
It would. I would really enjoy if they added third person to this game.
To play third person all the time?
That would be really nice. That would make this game have something good.
That's one of the reasons why I love swords. Love using swords.
Yeah. In all seriousness, I have enjoyed playing it again, but it definitely feels like the longer this game goes on, the further from me it's going to stray.
Right. Yeah, I think I'd be curious to see if you could get into it long enough to get to cap and figure out a build and see if there's still anything for you. But
I've already got my build idea.
Right.
And it's doable. It just would be a lot really high intellect, really high strength, and that's basically it. Just getting Heart of the Pack up as much as possible.
Right.
Using Bad Juju or using Lumina. Probably Bad Juju until Lumina gets a catalyst that makes it not suck.
The one of the perks in the Battle Pass, and I think it might be in the Season Pass portion of it, but there's a catalyst booster or something like that makes your catalyst progressions go faster.
Well, the problem, catalyst progression isn't really an issue.
With most guns, it's a matter of getting the catalyst, not so
Right.
much a matter of completing it.
Exactly,
Like
yeah.
Bad Juju was super easy once I got the catalyst.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. Alert me if ShadowKeep goes on sale, or if there's like, if you see a really good reason for me to get it, alert me to that.
To get what?
ShadowKeep.
Oh, okay.
Because like I want to play Destiny with you again. I just want to play games with you again. And if ShadowKeep's my only place to do it, then so be it. Doom just got pushed to March, so that's $60 that I thought I was gonna have to spend. That just freed up. So we'll see.
And this is only 30.
I thought it was 40.
Maybe 35, but I don't think it's 40. I could be wrong, though.
Okay, we'll see.
I need to get, is it Divinity Original Sin? Or
Yes,
Yeah.
Divinity Original Sin 2. You need to get that. It takes some time to get into it. Like Miles and I just left Fort Joy, and we're like 20 hours in.
Right.
But it only takes a couple hours to like really start picking up. Like you start having fun very quickly.
Right.
But like you spend all of that time like on the prison island before you can get out. And we just got to like the first legitimate town, and it feels great because like there are shopkeepers that we can talk to anywhere. We can like buy weapons. We can buy skill books and stuff. Like, oh man, we're excited. But we need to get that so that we can have like a 4-player session, because right now we're each controlling 2 characters. Each of us are controlling the character we created, and then we have characters that are
You've recruited.
in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But having 4 players, oh man, it would be crazy.
Koloff said the Big Yeti 888 was his brother's username. Do you remember anybody by that name?
Not at all.
Okay. All right, and on that note, I think this is probably where we'll end tonight, since we've gone about to time, and your RuneScape story was so amazing. I just didn't want to stop until we finish that. Seriously, we got to have more of those on a podcast sometime. So
I'll try to remember as much as I can, but I've probably it's probably been so long, and I totally acknowledge that like any of this, the way I remember it, is being remembered through the eyes and mind of a 12/13-year-old that like wrote Naruto fanfiction. So this is all probably not at all how it happened, and I'm probably remembering it way more intense and epic than it actually was. But I like to think that the way I tell it is better than it probably actually happened. So we're just going to go off of how I remembered it.
that's always how it is. All right. Well, on that note, everybody, thank you for tuning in to the live stream tonight. I'm doing the live stream tomorrow night. No, you're doing tomorrow night. And then I am going to do Saturday. Any idea what y'all are doing?
Either Control or Guild Wars 2. And I know that's like,
Control.
polar opposites, but it really depends on what time I stream. I've got a Guild Wars friend that was, she may have subbed, I'm not sure. Caitlin something.
Oh, okay.
She said something about streaming Guild Wars, and I mean, I've been wanting to play Guild Wars with somebody, and so it might actually be fun doing something with another player rather than watching me run around and kill the same creatures. And
that
kill a
sounds
dragon.
awesome.
So, yeah, so I might do that, or might do Control. We'll see. I need to beat Control because Alan Wake starts Monday.
Woohoo!
And I did my my work to where I made sure that the stream will probably work.
Like the first time?
I launched Alan Wake just enough to see if it would work with OBS and everything, and the resolution will be right, and we are good to go. So
That's great. That's great. Well, awesome. Yeah, that's forward compatible. It's going to start this Monday. Wow, it's already there.
Monday.
That's crazy. Yeah, so that sounds good. I don't know what I'm going to be streaming Saturday. It probably won't be Destiny, but I don't know what it will be. So I'll see what's around and what I want to do. But anyway, all right. Well, thank you guys for watching and tuning in. We'll see you next time tomorrow. Bye.